right, so the last topic we're going to talk about is the most important topic in our class here. So it's slope. And so we just talked about rate of change, and oh look, it's the same thing, but it's the rate of change of a line. So a line is consistently going up or it's consistently going down. And when I say consistently, I mean it is moving at the same speed the entire time. This speed or this rate is what we call slope. And so here's a couple of things to know about slope. Slope is known as the variable m. So anytime you see m, it represents slope, okay? Counting by, so it's calculated by counting the rise divided by the run, which is what we've been doing. And then the last point is we can use the slope formula to calculate the slope between 2 points. And so m is equal to y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. And so we'll get some practice with that in a couple minutes. So our first set that we want to go over is find the slope of the following lines. Okay, so because we're on a graph, we can count the rise. It always does this, sorry. We can count the rise divided by our run. So let's go ahead and do that for each and every one of these. And remember, you can pause the video if you need it. So slope again equals rise over run. So m equals, now let's go ahead and count it. So we got to get from this point to this point. So we're rising 1, 2, 3 units. And then we're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. So our slope is our rise over our run. And here we go. Okay. Number 2, let's do the same thing. So from this point to this point, m equals rise. We go up 2, right 1, 2 over 1. So 2 divided by 1 is just 2. That is our slope. All right, letters C and D are a little bit different. Notice both of these lines going down. So C and D both have negative slopes. So I automatically know m equals negative because, again, the line is going down from left to right. So let's go ahead and count our rise over our run. So we're rising 2 and we're running 1. So 2 over 1. Sorry, that's a counting. So then from there, let's go ahead and simplify. M equals negative 2. All right, last but not least, this line is going down as well, so we automatically know it's negative. So let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3 is our rise over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our slope here is negative 3 over 7. Again, why is it negative? Because the line is going down from left to right. All right, so notice we just talked about slopes of lines that are positive because they're going up and negative because they're going down. But there are other types of lines. All vertical lines have slopes that are undefined because with a vertical line, there is no run. And if there is no run, that means the run is 0, and you can't divide by 0. All horizontal lines have slopes that are 0 because you are on a flat plane here. So let's go ahead and find the slopes of these lines. And so this should be very quick. Letter A, this is a horizontal line. So because it's horizontal, we know our slope is 0. Okay? This line is going up and down, which is the definition of a vertical line. So therefore, my slope is undefined, and I am done. Okay? Now, the last portion here is to calculate slope of a line by the points. So this is what we call our slope formula. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So how can we figure out how to calculate this? So let's start by writing the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our coordinates, our second one on top, our first one on the bottom, and we are going to go ahead and subtract these. So subtract your y's, 5 minus negative 4, all over, I need to subtract my x's, 6 minus 6. And notice there is a subtraction sign because you are finding the change in the distance. So 5 minus negative 4 is 9. 6 minus 6 is 0. 9 divided by 0 is undefined, and so that is what our slope is. So hopefully you remember, if it's an undefined slope, it is a vertical line. So I'm going to change one of these numbers. Here we go. Cool. So let's go ahead and do number 2. So number 2, 5 comma negative 2, negative 4, negative 1. And we want to find the slope. So again, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to put my first coordinate on top, my second coordinate on top, my first coordinate on bottom. It doesn't matter the order here. So we need to subtract our y's. So negative 1 minus negative 2 all over subtracts our x's. Negative 4 minus 5. Okay? So when we do that, negative 1 minus negative 2 is 1, divided by negative 4 minus 5 is negative 9. And so this is the slope of my line.